Now what's a man gotta do to get that sort of attention from you?
If that's the sort of attention you want, Larson, you're well on your way.
Sounds like fun, but I'm only here to make an introduction. Lara Croft, meet Jacqueline Natla of Natla Technologies.
Good afternoon, Miss Croft. My research department has recently turned its focus to the study of ancient artifacts, and I'm led to believe that with the right incentive, you're just the woman to find them for me.
I'm afraid you've been misled. I only play for sport.
Which is precisely why I've come to you, Miss Croft. This is a game you've played before, with your father. You both spent years searching for the Scion of Atlantis. All you needed was the location of Qualopec's tomb.
You found Vilcabamba.
How quickly can you get to Peru?
Like for sport.
Vilcabamba continues to elude us, and my insistence that we press on in spite of these failures has morale low. I suspect Jenkins to be the author of this sedition. He simply refuses to accept the possibility that Atlantis is the foundation upon which all known civilizations were built. Increasingly, I find it is Lara alone who remains untainted by academic dogma and open-minded enough to see this truth.
It's a bit cold here, Lara. You should put some clothes on you.
Lo siento. No traje bastante cuerda.
Not to worry. I'll find another way up.
You know, I was thinking about something. So I suppose because they said Peru, this is the first mission, right? The first part of the first mission of Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider. Actually, it should be pronounced Tomb Raider, but it became some kind of a local meme for me. Because when I was a kid, I was saying Tomb Raider. I don't know why. I didn't really pay attention to the name. I don't know. It was Tomb Raider for me always. So yeah, I'm kind of continuing to call it Tomb Raider, while in reality it's Tomb Raider, right? Because you're raiding tombs, you're not riding them. But as I said, it's a local meme at this point for me. So. And so I was thinking about something. I was thinking about the about collecting things, because in Tomb Raider Legend I was I tried to collect certain golden idols or rewards, call them however you want, and I'm actually asking myself, why am I doing that? Because, you know, in certain games you can collect things, and there are people who definitely like to collect things, but I think I'm not one of those people. And yeah, I mean, maybe sometimes, but not too much, or maybe not in the Tomb Raider series. It just doesn't make any sense. What was that? Look at that. How can I jump? Oh, it's alt, right? Shift? Yeah, it's shift. Well, it was F in Tomb Raider Legend. So I was wondering, why am I collecting things? Those golden idols and all those things, rewards or whatever. Because in them they don't give you anything. You see, there are certain games where when you collect things, you maybe you understand why you collect them. For example, in the Red Dead Redemption 2, or any kind of AAA project, The Witcher or something, you are collecting things to you're discovering the world at the same time as you are collecting things. So I know that in Red Dead Redemption 2 you have the how can I on them right mouse button. You understand that you are collecting things to maybe there's no real purpose. You do it only for to complete the game for 100%, but at the same time the world is huge. Right mouse. Okay. It's not where I wanted to go. You're collecting things, but the world is really big and it's interesting. It's interesting to discover the world. While in Tomb Raider series, you are collecting things just to collect them. You see, you don't really understand why are you collecting them. Yeah, they give you outfits, they give you arts, and they tell you, I mean, if you collect things, they tell you that, well, you collected something. It's cool, but the problem is you can't change outfit unless you complete the game. And what it means is that you have to replay the game the second time, but this game is not really replayable in a proper sense of this word, if you to say that, because I mean, maybe you can play it sometime later, 5 or 10 years later, or because you don't really remember it, but it's not really a game that you really want to replay. I mean, of course it depends on people, don't get me wrong, we're all different, and it's important to understand that. Okay. So there are definitely people who will might replay it and who replay it. Now I replayed this game. I played it last year because I kind of tried to stream it, record it. It didn't really work well. I had everything was bad. My Mac was bad. I did it at the wrong moment, and everything was just bad. So I'm replaying it, but I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't replay it if it wasn't for the bad quality or something. If everything was fine last year, I wouldn't replay this game. It just doesn't make any sense, because it's not a, you know, in Red Dead Redemption, I mean, of course you can say you can't really compare this game to, I can't jump, I'm pressing the spacebar, she doesn't want to jump. You're comparing this game to Red Dead Redemption, of course. It's not really a good comparison, but it's just to tell you that there are certain games where collecting things, it actually makes more sense, because for example, in Red Dead Redemption, because it's an open world, you are actually discovering things. You are discovering the world. And See, extra features. But the world is so big and beautiful that you actually want to discover it. So this thing of this idea that you are actually collecting something, it kind of follows the how can I heal? R. Wait, options. B and V. Okay. I won't be able to jump that. So in big games like, I don't know, maybe The Witcher or something, I don't remember. In The Witcher, I don't think that you can collect something, if I remember correctly. But in The Witcher, if it was possible to collect something, I think it wouldn't bother anyone. But in games like this one, it was, especially that it was released in 2007, I'm not blaming them, don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming anyone. But it's just unlock Lara's outfits, something. I mean, unless of course you are obsessed with Lara, and what is absolutely wrong, and it's really not good. More dirty. She's all dirty. Unless you are really obsessed with her, it's really a bad thing to do. To unlock all her outfits. I mean, maybe it's a cool feature, but considering that you need to find all those things, you need to discover them, it's just too much. It's too much, because they're asking you for too much efforts just to unlock outfits that you won't be able to use. Or at least it was like that in Tomb Raider Legend. Advanced toggle. Is that it? Controls. I want to shoot like in Tomb Raider Legend, where you can, when you press the left mouse button and she just keeps shooting, but you have to click every time you want to shoot, and it's really not comfortable. And it's bad. Whatever. So collecting things here, it just doesn't really make much sense, because you can't use the outfits, if they didn't change it, of course. and you are just collecting things, just to collect them. It doesn't make sense for me. It's just me. I'm the problem, probably. And yeah, that's it. So you see, it's not an open world. It's these missions, they're locked. I don't really remember the name for that, but there is a name for that. When you're playing in a level that is this is the only thing that I like. The way she jumps. That's it. All those moves. Oh, she's clean now. Yeah. So I'm kind of collecting. I'm kind of taking some of them, but I'm not sure I'm gonna make any additional effort to collect those things because they don't change anything. In Tomb Raider Legend, they increased, they improved your guns. The more idols you found, the more idols you find, the more you get improvements. For example, you got a bigger, how do they call it? Magazine or whatever the name of that thing. The more bullets you have, the more you have something else and something else. You have 3 improvements for your guns. So and they're kind of cool, those improvements, but you can finish the game without them. And you can use this logic for any game. You can say that in any game you can finish the game without any improvements. Basically any RPG game or something, just don't improve anything and that's it. But so basically any game where you can improve your character, you can finish it. You can finish the game without those improvements, and it's kind of true. But in this case, it just feels really not that important. You see, not like in other games. If we compare it with the second improvement increases the amount of damage you do, or maybe it's the first one, and the second one improves the number of bullets you can carry. So in Assassin's Creed, for example, you have these kind of improvements as well, from Assassin's Creed Unity, and then Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and then Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. But you know, despite the fact that you can just finish the game like that, though I'm not sure about that, but let's say Where do I need to go? Let me jump from here. No. Theoretically, in some, I think in some older Assassin's Creed games, you can skip some improvements. In Assassin's Creed Syndicate, maybe, where you can still one-shot kill with the hidden blade. And they gave us something. Over there. Why? Maybe there is this hidden thing. Tooth. There, what the thing is. But how can I go there? So in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, you can probably avoid improving anything, and you can just use your hidden blade to kill everybody. In Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey, probably it will be way more difficult because you need to improve your assassin damage. But I think it's still possible. In this case, in Tomb Raider games, you are oh, look what I found. Killer whale bot. Killer whale. Okay. So what? You see, so you kind of find things, but what's the point of them? Peru. Well, I found everything. 3 artifacts and 1 relic. Peru mountain caves. But the question is, what's the point of finding all those things? You see? So I don't know. If I'll try to pick them, but if I miss something, whatever. Peru mountain caves. That's it for the first part of Peru mountains.